I think I figured out what I want to bring up in fraud watch, and we can start wrapping it up. Recently, there's a situation when it comes down to it. Someone said in the chat. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I did see it on TikTok, so I'm gonna say it now. If it's wrong, then it is what it is. But the CEO of Disney was publicly criticizing some of the stuff that Disney's been doing in terms of the wokey stuff, you know what I'm saying? And the quality of content has been very suspect. And then we see the Marvels, even though I haven't watched it, but it's getting a really bad rep, it being like one of the worst rated movies in Marvels. Not only that, it seems like the stuff with maybe it's Jonathan Majors or maybe they have no idea what they're doing, but the Kang Dynasty storyline seems to be getting scrapped and they might bring in Doctor Doom. So with that said, Marvel is on fraud watch because they don't know what they're doing. The only kind of beacon of hope is Deadpool 3, which I'm expecting to be amazing. But they're struggling so much that they had to scale back in terms of content and go like, bro, now we're not doing multiple movies a year anymore, bro.
Wait, Riddell, isn't Deadpool with Sony though? I think that's not the same.
No,
like
I
think it might be their last one.
It's Marvel, but it's not with Marvel Studios. It's with Sony.
It might be their last one.
No, I think it is. It is.
I think it's their last one because of right after that, basically Disney bought back all the rights. That's what. So they have the rights now.
So it's still with Sony, and then it goes.
No. Deadpool 3 is within the MCU.
It's in the MCU universe, but I'm saying like it's still under the Sony Studios.
I thought that was Sony's last Deadpool movie. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because after this year, like they have to give the X-Men rights back and like the Deadpool rights back to Marvel.
The only thing Sony will never give up is Spider-Man.
You can double check.
They'll never give up Spider-Man.
So I actually saw that interview with Bob Iger.
Mm-hmm.
And what he said specifically, I'm going to try not to botch this, was I try to employ my entertainment group to not focus so much on the message, but focus more on the entertainment. And I've been saying this for a while. We need to start pushing the entertainment more than the message. Messaging is good, but not when it's the sacrifice of the entertainment.
Yeah.
And if you want to look up the interview, it's actually a really, really good interview. I'm going to give you some really great stuff right now because if you don't know this, I live in Florida. I actually part-time work for Disney. I worked for Disney for like 10 years.
Rip.
Now, I don't speak for the company, but this is what I have noticed. Disney has stretched themselves way too thin. They have taken all the money they've earned from the parks and they've been throwing it into their entertainment district because they keep losing money from streaming and all their failed movies. Their stock market is completely plummeted. It has gone down even more. I think right now it's like $80 a share, going down to maybe 50 to close to 30 by the end of the year. Disney's in a really bad
buy
place
some stock.
Right,
just buy some stock just to buy some for real.
This is a really bad place for Disney. Mm-hmm. If the question is if Disney with all their Marvel stuff are focusing way too much on messaging, I have to agree to a point to where I think they have lost the entertainment value of what they're trying to tell. You could still tell a good message in a movie. Movies are all about messages without sacrificing character development, what the character stands for, and with that, how you're trying to tell your story. The last good Marvel movie was probably Spider-Man and maybe Shang-Chi.
I did like Doctor Strange, even though people kind of smack on. I did like Multiverse of Madness.
I've always wondered, because remember, right after Endgame, and obviously I know there was a second Spider-Man movie came after that. Like everybody that I know at the time, like we were exhausted in terms of like I gave y'all 10 years. I ride or die with these people, and like the people that legitimately, I guess you can say that I grew up with. Black Widow's dead. Okay, Captain America's old, so he's about to die. Was it Hawkeye's cooked? Like all these people that I sat there, and then immediately after they were like, Disney Plus, come watch the next kind of thing. And I was like, bro, I'm tired. Like, I need a break. I need a break. And it felt like they really overestimated how much people were going to keep following the MCU. And then obviously after that, what was it? Winter Soldier and
Captain America.
Captain America Winter Soldier was not that good. Obviously, I liked what was the one? WandaVision. I liked WandaVision.
WandaVision was good.
I liked WandaVision. And then
Loki was fire. It was amazing.
Loki's
Loki
good, but then
Dude,
Loki's
season
the
2
only
was great
one-
too.
Yeah, Loki's
Yeah.
the only one.
They've
Kinda,
had their hits or misses. I just think how they're going about the big general picture, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
And
But
I
also,
think
it didn't-
I think I did hear something regarding hopefully I'm correct about this because I did see this. Marvel is kind of learning the fact that Loki is doing it right, and they're allowing a lot of those writers on Loki because if you've seen season 2, the development and the story of Loki is masterpiece. Like it's masterfully done. And now they're going to start taking some inspiration from a lot of the writers from Loki to start working on the bigger productions because they're kind of losing what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, I will also
But
say,
hear me out. If they don't take the time, because remember, Loki was already an established character for close to 10 years.
Facts.
So they were able to piggyback off of that. A lot of their problems, like with Miss Marvel and the rest of them, is they're not giving these characters enough time to cook and to really start developing a relationship with their audience for them to continue on the legacy. Loki and all the rest of the original Avengers have a legacy they built up from start that people have attached themselves to these characters. They need to put in the work to really tell a good story for someone like, say, Miss Marvel to connect to the audience.
Well, I will say this. They've also hit some bad luck. Chadwick Boseman dying really set them back because he was supposed to be the
that was
leader
terrible
of
for
that.
them.
Of
He's a
that
great
next,
actor too.
Yeah, that next wave of actors. And I think the last thing that he did as an actor was the Marvel What If. That was like the last thing he did as an actor was that. So obviously they had to scramble. Now a lot of people were mad that Shuri ended up being Black Panther, and I let that go because I'm like, what were they supposed to do? What? Find another actor real quick? You've already spent millions, so I'm not mad at that. Because I also think Shuri is going to take a bigger role as the new Avengers grow. Because I think whenever eventually Chadwick Boseman was going to step away, because he when you looked at his projects, he was very interested in taking very interesting projects. Eventually, he was going to step away. So it's just like they overestimated the fact how people would follow the MCU. Some bad, I guess, message decisions, Blake, in terms of trying to be more girl power or more woke or more anything like that. And then She-Hulk was God. Do we need to talk about
She-Hulk was
It's
really
crazy
bad.
that
Horrible.
And
She-Hulk was horrible.
Dude, there's
and
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
You nerf Hulk for no reason.
100%.
It was horrible.
There's nothing wrong with girl power, but they need to take examples from movies like Aliens with Sigourney Weaver. She was the ultimate badass. Like, you need to learn how to write your characters. Like, you could go to Terminator, Sarah Connor.
Have them
so
read
many good
Claymore.
characters.
Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow did a really good job.
So many good ones, dude.
There's
so
so
many
many
ones.
good
It's the writing, not just because they're
leads that they can draw
females.
inspiration.
No, but Blake, I feel like they're still heading towards the wrong direction with that because like
100%.
when we heard the stuff with the Blade movie, how the main actor was getting upset because the script that he was being presented, he was like the fourth biggest character in there, and they wanted basically the main character in the Blade movie to be a woman.
Lonnie, to bounce off that, there is actual rumors that the Silver Surfer is going to be.
I was just about to say that, Riddell, but you wanted to cut me off.
Why?
Jump on it when the
Speaking of that,
no,
in our universe, speaking of that, what gender swapping? I don't think it's bad, but there's been some rumors for One Piece season 2. Crocodile is going to be a woman.
Oh yeah, with the
I heard that
shenanigans.
theory. No, that theory has been going on.
That theory's been going on for a long time.
I don't think it's a bad one. I kind of thought Crocodile was a woman when I first watched.
Back to the Silver Surfer thing, because Joy Taylor, she's like one of my all time. She's like one of my crushes. So it's like, and she's ready. So it's just like, I wouldn't be too mad. But at the same time, the comic community has been in an uproar over this whole female Silver Surfer thing because they felt like it wasn't done right in the first Fantastic movie that had Silver Surfer, and they wanted to get it right. Now, if I get to see a Silver Joy Taylor for a good 2 hours,
Lonnie, hold on,
dude. The comic community is something else.
You telling me Joy Taylor's gonna be the Silver Surfer?
Tank, I'm with you, Tank.
Oh, and shout out Jessica Jones. Yeah, Jessica Jones. That was I watched
that. That's a good show.
That was a good show.
One too many times for personal reasons.
As much as I didn't like the fact that they threw away the Netflix, the Defenders. Because I understand
Defenders is so good.
The one thing that I didn't like was Iron Fist, because I could just never buy him. He's supposed to be the greatest martial artist on the planet. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, bro. Daredevil's better than him. Daredevil's better than him right now.
Pathetic, and he's supposed to be like this badass because he's supposed to be Iron Fist.
So, but they had something there. Replace Iron Fist with somebody else, maybe, or maybe another actors that we can buy, and I would have been fine with. Because I like the Netflix.
Because Luke Cage was
good. They did more Jessica Jones, right?
The Punisher, dude. The Punisher was.
The Punisher's great.
Bro,
Punisher was awesome.
The Netflix was doing their job when it comes to their MC. The only one was Iron Fist, honestly.
Iron Fist was the only one that was bad.
Iron Fist was the only one lacking. Luke Cage was good. Luke Cage.
Daredevil was so good. Yeah.
Good thing he's
Daredevil
in the
was so good. They used him in the third Spider-Man movie because
Jessica Jones was Jessica Jones.
Punisher,
but you damn well know they're gonna somehow fuck up Daredevil. I feel like they already have with just the small shit they did with him.
Yeah, the fact that he was in She-Hulk is crazy. His first like MCU performance is in.
I thought his first one was the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, no, technically it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Actual like,
and he was good. I thought he was very good in the limited time we got to see him. In there,
yeah, it was great. But you know, we're hoping Marvel kind of fixes themselves. Also, Tom Holland might not be Spider-Man anymore, so they're in a weird situation right now. When
I think chasing that MCU like feeling again is wrong. Just create something else. Yeah. Don't chase.
Well, I think
because I'm making a video for that, Riddell, and when you look at what essentially had to happen for the MCU to get off the ground, it's a freaking success story. Like the right actor, the right amount of desperation, 100%. And if Iron Man 1 did not work, I think New Line Cinema was going to own Marvel. If Iron Man 1 did not work, so it was just legitimately the perfect storm.
It's kind of.
We'll probably never live through it again, dude. Just going straight to theaters for Endgame or Infinity War or the first Avengers. I think that was the first movie I ever went to where the entire audience jumped out of their seats when Hulk was destroying the hell out of Loki back and forth. Like the whole audience was in uproar. I've never witnessed that again.
When I was like, Black Panther dies in Infinity War, and he disappears. I was like, he just got here. How dare you? He just got here.
Spider-Man dying had the audience like
in a chokehold
for sure. God. I will say, like Marvel is having
niggas was crying. I saw grown men crying walking out the theater because of that how that movie ended.
Bro, yeah, it was sad as hell. And I think the entire industry is kind of lurking in terms of superhero. It's like, bro, we need to start chilling because DC was kind of similar. They wanted to create the Justice League. They were like, this shit didn't work.
Failed like 3 times.
Yeah, and now Marvel's like, bro, we're trying to bring the magic back with the new Avengers. It's not working. We got to recognize what they did before. It only worked because they took time with it. DC kind of realized, okay, we're going to start over, take time this time. And now Marvel's learning from their own mistake and from DC's mistake.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, we're fucking up right now.
To be honest with you, though,
I think a lot of these studios definitely need to lock in.
I'm tired of seeing Batman movies. I'll say it straight up.
Well, to bring it back around in a sense of anime, I think that's why our fandom has become a little bit more popular because at the end of the day, anime is unapologetic to tell the story. No matter what is involved, you could have sexism, racism, really deep, crazy stories in anime. They are unapologetic to tell the story. If they were to need to show a message or tell the message, they know how to tell it. And I think that's also why anime has become a little bit more popular because a lot of these movies and TV shows aren't doing justice for the consumer to where anime is replacing that. I've cried over so many animes, especially in the last year.
Yeah, case in point, Blake. I know. Every time I say this series, Riddell, you feel some type of way, and I understand why. Mushoku Tensei, it's a tough story. You hate the main character. You're supposed to hate him at the start, but you're legitimately watching this person whose first life was so bad that you watching his second life, he's legitimately reforming himself, and it doesn't hold your hand. The web novel, especially, does not hold your hand. And I'm not sitting here saying that it's for everybody. It's definitely not. Whether it's, and then you can watch ReZero's another one. Hell, even how My Hero Academia, to kind of use a more casual series, turns in season 6, and it gets way more real. Like it just doesn't hold your hand like that. And I think a lot of people are learning from Hollywood right now. Like, bruh, we're just tired. Just let us
shout out. Yeah, shout out anime. Shout out. Also, they're starting to learn. Well, they better learn from Oda, the GOAT. One Piece live action, how to start creating live actions.
Big folks, big facts.
And
they're gonna fumble Avatar. They're gonna fumble it again. They're gonna fumble it again.
I have a question.
No, Avatar I have hope in. I think it's the Naruto and the Yu Yu Hakusho. I think they're gonna fumble.
Yeah, I was about to say Yu Yu Hakusho drops in I think the 22nd or something like that. Are we gonna be judging it, comparing it to the One Piece live action?
Hell yeah.
One Piece
live action. I've met so many people that have never watched anime in their life, watch the One Piece live action, now want to watch anime just because of the live action. I was like, who? What?
Also, by the way, Jonathan Majors has been dropped by Marvel. He has been dropped
officially.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if they do Doom though, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Which is a shame. I really enjoyed his Kang. I really enjoyed his portrayal of Kang.
I enjoyed what he was doing too. Honestly, I haven't been following the case. I didn't know it was that dicey.
No, but I thought they changed the charges and now his ex-girlfriend is the one being sued.
Well,
I just don't think Disney wants to deal with it, dude. It's the same with Johnny Depp's situation. They just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, it's
Disney's still a very family-oriented company, right?
Because it was highly reported that the ex-girlfriend left the country when she got charged. She left the country.
See, Disney. To be fair, the original storyline from the comics does feature Doctor Doom, so it'd probably be in their best interest to do a Doctor Doom story instead of a King story anyway.
And honestly, Doctor Doom would be cool because even with the Ant-Man and the Quantum Realm, dude, I was not feeling it for Kang at all. The only time I was feeling it was during the Loki series.
Yeah, for sure. Loki, for sure.
I wonder since we were going to see so much
Fantastic Four, can't wait to see who's
we were going to see so many different versions of Kang. That's probably why it was going to be an acquired taste for all of us to start with, because I'm we're seeing all these different versions we're trying to figure out, but that's what
where are you saying that he got dropped?
Here, I'll show you the link.
Because it's not on IGN or any of the other stuff I follow.
Okay, let me see.
It might be false news because, like I said,
regardless of anyway, I mean, I think Doctor Doom would be a good play.
I agree, Doctor Doom, and then it gives you an excuse to bring in the Fantastic Four, just Silver Surfer.
They could still theoretically do Kang, considering he has variants. You just change the actor, just different variants.
That's a good point. They could change the actor. Say,
I just googled his name. It's not on there either.
Okay.
Or they just bring back.
I might have been butt cracked for real.
I hit the Googles too. I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I might have been butt cracked for real. Hold on.
Random just giving false information.
I wasn't going to say nothing. I wasn't going to put them on blast.
You know,
I still think that Kang can work
everything
if they do it right.
You slander, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens.